Hello, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. I'm Yogita. Once again, welcome you to the learning session. Our subject is psychiatric nursing, and today we are going to learn about organic brain disorder. An important disease condition, what you're going to study is dementia. So, let me define dementia is an acquired global impairment of intellectual memory personality but without the impairment of consciousness. So here a person's memory will be disturbed, personality will be disturbed, and there will be changes in their memory intelligent level, and all the day to day activities we can see that there will be a deviation. Alzheimer is a type of dementia. There also we can see that impairment in intelligent, global personality deformation, as well as impairment in their memory. Now, usually this dementia will occur in elderly adults, mainly the age above 60 years. Now, what is the causes for this dementia? Dementia mainly we can classify into two causes: untreatable causes and treatable causes. What do you mean by untreatable causes? The disease which you find it difficult to treat, such conditions are the reason for this dementia, like Pick's disease, Huntington chorea, Parkinson disease. These all are the untreatable causes. Next is treatable causes. That means definitely we can provide a baseline treatment for such conditions to treat, like vascular conditions, any multiple infarct dementia, any infections like HIV, encephalitis, meningitis, then anoxia, anemia, post anesthesia, chronic respiratory failure, vitamin deficiency of a specified vitamin like thiamine, miscellaneous conditions like heat stroke, epilepsy, and endocrine disease like Addison disease. These all are the treatable causes. The other causes of dementia is like a significant loss of neurons and volume in brain that devoted to the memory and higher mental functioning, as well as buildup of amyloids. Amyloid protein, it will form a sticky patchy around the debris of dying neurons. Now, because of this accumulation of amyloids, protein factors, there is a chance person will develop dementia. As well as the food factors, when we consume excess of zinc and copper in our diet, as well as nutrition deficiency, where deficiency of vitamin B6 and B12, that also will be a reason to develop this dementia. Other than that, severe fall, head injury, any damage to your brain, that may also be a reason. So these all are the factors which influence for development of dementia. Now, the dementia can be described in three stages. The three stages of dementia is: stage 1 is early stage 2 is middle stage, and stage 3 is final stage. In stage 1 is the early stage, 2 to 4 years. A beginning is at the initial stage we can see that person is having little forgetfulness. A patient is declined with his interest to his environment, like he is hesitating to take the decision or initiation to do his work, very poor performance at his workplace. And in stage 2, what we can do is, in stage 2 we can see a person is having 2 to 12 years of time, like a middle stage we can call. Here, progressive memory loss, person is really losing his interest in his personal hygiene, not bothered to do the work, not interested, developmental of a kind of like a social distance, hesitation to mingle with the social people, agitation, forgetfulness will be there, and also he is finding difficulty to respond to the questions, as well as he is finding difficulty to follow the instruction. A very important feature what we can see is wanderism. Now, wandering means person is getting lost in his familiar places. In familiar places, in known places, he is not able to find the things, like maybe his room, the washroom, or in the nearby locality area, he is not able to find his house. And third stage, it's really like person is having a severe deformation where he will have a marked weight loss, mainly because of he's not taking the food. Like food will be kept, but this person is forgot to take the food, and unable to communicate, not able to identify the family members, not able to follow any instruction, no hope in life, and he is completely feel like worthless, as well as like he is not able to maintain his gait, sit, stand and walk. He is not able to do that, and also incontinence of bowel and bladder can be seen, and death can occur in this stage mainly because of aspiration. So this is the main three stages of dementia: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and stage 4. Now, what is the clinical features? We can see a personal changes. Definitely a personal changes we can see, like lack of interest, person is not taking the initiation, person is not doing the activity, like mentally he is not able to perform his task. Memory impairment, person is not able to recall the things, he may find it difficulty to identify, recall the incidents, like remote memory may be impaired. Like severe forms, he is not able to identify his family members. Also, we can find changes in his nutritional status where a patient is not able to have the food, not taking sufficient liquid in their diet. They may find difficulty in like digestion, defecation problem we can see, as well as a problem with affective impairment where his mood will be irritable and he have a complaint of depression, and cognitive impairment where the person will be disorientation, he is not oriented to the time, place and the person is not oriented, poor judgment and difficulty in making abstraction and decreased attention span. That's why a patient is not able to answer to a question. When they decrease with their attention span, they are not able to follow the instruction, they're not able to understand that what you're telling. A very important behavioral modification changes can be noticed, like stereotype behavior, lost the interest completely, lack of interest. They are not bothered to do, least interested in his environment. So they find it not interested to do their personal work also. Maybe going to a toilet or taking bath also will be declined. A very important clinical feature what we can notice here is sundowner syndrome. Sundowner syndrome. Now, sundowner syndrome means person is having a problem like when the sun is declined, like he will have an accidental fall when the external stimuli is declined, external stimuli of light is declined, a patient will have a accidental fall. Yes, this is the overall clinical feature of a patient with dementia. Now, how you can diagnose the patient? Now, definitely we can diagnose with a detailed history collection, physical examination, mental status examination of a patient, and we can do certain like blood investigation, X-ray, CT, MRI can help us to find any encephalitis, any brain injury, brain lesion, or it also help us to find any like nutritional deficiency in the body. These all things can be made out, we can rule out. Now, how we can manage? What treatment can be given? So, based on the baseline causes, we can treat the patient. As how I said, treatable causes, where you have to treat the basic physical condition what the patient is experiencing. Now, apart from that, you can give antipsychotic drug like risperidone, haloperidol can be given, which will help to bring down the verbal and motor aggressiveness. And in case patient is having insomnia or anxiety, like anti-anxiety drug can be given. Then what we can do? Then we can also give anti-convulsant drug to a patient if they are experiencing seizures. If the person is having depression, a kind of depression, person is having feeling of worthlessness and hopelessness, then we can treat the patient with antidepressant. So these all are the medication what we can prescribe for the patient based on their condition and the severity. What severity, as how I mentioned in the stages, stage 1, 2, 3. So based on that we can prescribe the medication. Now, next is very important what we are moving to a nursing interventions. So we have to plan, we have to take care of a patient in a way so that it will easier their lifestyle. Daily routine. So from the day, a morning they wake up, we have to plan their routine. Once they get up from the bed, going to the toilet, brushing, personal hygiene, that has to be planned according to the timetable. And daily routine, you make the patient to do the work in a sequence order. Maintain a big calendar in a room so that person can identify the days and their activity. Provide newspaper so that it will enhance the interest in current events. So this is routinely how we are following their work. Then food and nutrition. Here it's very important that person may lose the weight and nutrition imbalance can occur. So it is very important we will provide a nutritious food to the patient so that we can provide a fluid diet. That's very easy for the patient to eat, as well as you know that when the patient is aged, like usually dementia occur after 60-80 years, they're not able to eat the hard food. So we will provide a soft diet, a fluid to the patient, and we have to make a strict regimen when you plan our diet. Like when you give the food also, the regular time interval reminder should be given for the patient, and we should see that, supervise that patient had their food. Okay, next we can see that toilet and incontinence. So toilet training must be done for this patient. Like a morning after a cup of coffee, immediately they have to go to the toilet for defecation. So that has to be trained, and in regular interval the alarm should be given. So when they heard the alarm, they have to go to the washroom to use the to pass the urine, or else they have to use urinals. That has to be trained. That has to be trained for the patient going to the toilet and maintaining the personal hygiene. So toilet training must be done for the patient. Then accident. So accident fall can happen with the patient. So we have to prevent that accident fall. So house interior, house structure should not be changed frequently. Where you kept the table, that should be there only. As how our wish, we cannot move the table here and there. Okay, so that has to be kept there so that patient will not have any confusion. As well as sundowner syndrome, what we discussed, when the outer external stimuli of light is declined, there is a chance of accident fall. Always to prevent that, always we will have a artificial light. Sufficient lighting and ventilation should be there in the room. And there is a chance that person may accidentally lock inside the bathroom. To avoid that, we should not we can remove the lock system from the room so that patient can easily operate these doors, and there is no harm, no fear of getting locked inside the toilet or washrooms. Fluid management is very important. That evening after 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, don't give much fluid to the patient, because it will not they're not able to control their bladder. So that chances are their night also they may have a bad wetting, and that will lead to some other personal hygienic conditions, so problems. So we will have the fluid management. A sufficient fluid will be given for the patient in the daytime, and night after 5 o'clock, evening after 5 p.m. we will have a control over the fluid what they are drinking, and depending on the season we are giving much more fluid to the patients. Next is wandering. See, it's very easy that they will have a complaint of wandering. As we discussed before, they will get lost in their familiar neighborhood. In that case, we should have a tag to the patient hand, or any bracelet, or any tag where the name, address, everything is mentioned. So in case if they get lost, someone will help them to come to the house. And it's very important that they may get lost in the neighborhood, in a known locality when they move out from the house. So it's very important that we will have a safe lock system in our house, so that patient may not go out from the house without a notice. Then disturbance in sleep. The sleep must be maintained. Person should have a good adequate sleep, so that we will have a good environment, calm and quiet environment. Patient is trained to use the bed only when they are feeling sleepy. So a sleeping pattern will be maintained. Patient will go for the bed to have a sleep in the evening. Then all the other disturbance has to be controlled. Next is maintaining an interpersonal relationship. That's very important, because when the person having this forgetfulness, they're not able to identify the patient's, family members. Sometimes they're not able to recall the birthdays, any specific days. So that may bring the disturbance in family feelings. So that has to be explained to the family members. So family members should have a warm feeling to the patient, so that patient is completely accepted in the family. So we have to do all these nursing measures so that person will have a comfortable life. Very important that we will maintain the personal hygiene of a patient. If the patient is clean, neat, tidy, then definitely everyone feel to come and sit with him, talk to him, or touch him. If himself is so dirty, then others may not show any interest to come and talk to the patient. So that's the reason we have to give very importance to the personal hygiene. Personal hygiene, like you should make a routine practice for the patient to take bath, change the dressers, train the bowel and bladder so that they'll use the washroom to pass urine and go for the defecation. So this is all about dementia. This is one of the important question you can expect for 10 marks or 5 marks, where you have to write about the definition, etiology. Etiology again you should mention treatable and untreatable causes, how we make the diagnosis, stages of dementia, first stage, second stage, third stage, and a general clinical feature of dementia, and how do you manage your patient with dementia. If you write this answer very easily, you can score the marks. And I hope this topic is understood. Even when you ask the question with Alzheimer's disease, you can write the same answer. This answer will be one another same. I feel you understood this topic. If any doubt, please leave in the comment box so that I can help you to clear the doubt. And definitely I'll catch you in next video with a new topic. Until that, take care. Please keep studying so that you'll improve your paper, psychiatric nursing. Thank you.